Everyone comes Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Next movie, Mobland. Johnny Travolta's on the cover. Shiloh, Fernandez, Stephen Dorff, Kevin Dillon, Ashley Benson. They're all in this. I don't see if I recognize not Jesse Sir. Timothy V. Murphy. Yeah, he looks recognizable. Anyway, this is about a family man who and his brother-in-law decide to rob what's called a pill mill. And then it kind of alerts the mob and they start coming after him, and a sheriff has to keep the order. So I don't know what all that means, but I believe Johnny Travolta is playing the sheriff. So it's an hour and 53 minutes, I want to say. Yep, hour and 51 minutes. And it's only rated 5.3 on IMDb, but only 979 people rated it so far. So it could go either way. Stick around, I'll let you know what I think of it. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Mobland. And I have to say, this surprisingly worked for me, to be honest with you. And I think if you were to start watching this, kind of like I was, you're probably going to come to a point it's like, this is a very common plot line, I think, right? Maybe just different settings. So, Shiloh Fernandez, he's a family man, hardworking, blue-collar kind of guy. He's some kind of mechanic and maybe a tow truck driver. And then he also races cars, for fun. But real clean-cut kind of, not clean-cut, I guess, I don't know if that's right. But he's really, seems like a good father and a good husband. He's got his wife, he's got a young daughter with him. They can't seem to make ends meet, right? Dillon is, am I saying that right? I don't think I'm saying that right. I feel like I'm, Kevin Dillon. I can't believe I just did that. Drama. Oh, anyway, drama. Is his brother-in-law, so his wife's brother, and then Johnny Travolta is the sheriff in town. All of them are kind of close. I at first thought the sheriff was kind of related. I thought he was like Shiloh's was his son-in-law. Like I thought, like that dinner, those kinds of things. But I don't think that's the case. I think they're just close because it's a small knit town. Anyway. As I mentioned, Shiloh's character and his wife and child are having troubles making ends meet. He gets laid off. Kevin Dillon comes to him and says, "Hey, I got this job." And this is what they say in IMDb. I'm just trying to get you there. Hey, let's rob the pill store. And they can make more money and all this kind of stuff. So, one thing leads to another. It doesn't work out as great as they thought it was going to be, and it ends up being a mob-run, establishment, right? And that's when Stephen Dorff comes in. Now he comes in. He is like, not the head of the mob, but the head killer, the muscle, if you will. He's going to come in, clean this all up, and get all the money back and all that kind of stuff. So, as you can imagine, with any of these types of things, he's gonna come after the people. Then of course he's gonna come after the wife and daughter and everybody's family members, right? So again, not a plot line that we haven't seen many different times. Just some other way. Hey, we're gonna take the wife and daughter, and you're gonna have to do all this stuff, in addition to give us our money back. And that's a large majority of the movie. John Travolta's trying to figure out what's going on with everybody, and who's all involved, and blah, 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 what's all the background. That piece of the story, I think, is undertold. I think they could, it was a long enough movie, and I don't know where they could put it in, but I think they could have put his involvement in the investigation a little bit more in depth and would have gave the film a lot more depth if they would have done that. Instead, they really focused on Shiloh's character with Stephen Dorff and all that stuff, which was fine. Again, I don't know. You don't want to make it any longer because it was an hour and 50 odd minutes, so you want to keep it as tight as possible. So I'd have to rewatch it to figure out where that would go. Not that that would be the right thing, but that's one of my suggestions. But still, like the movie, so So you get through all of that, and you're figuring it all out and watching it all happen, and it's like, yeah, feels familiar. And then they, and then it's like, how's it all going to end? What's all going to happen? And I think that's where they won me over. To be honest with you, I think they did a really cool job with what they decided to take it. And I always think to myself that they write all this stuff and they're like, yeah, this is it. And then they all get in the room and like, all right, how are we gonna end this? Like, and everybody's like pitching ideas and stuff. So I liked it. That's all I'll say. And normally they have the dramatic climax, which is, and then the like after story. Well, this continues to flow a little bit, and I think the extra mile that they go and the way they do the extra mile. I know I'm talking in code, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. You know what I mean? It was like ha 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 ha. So sorry I can't tell you any more than what I've told you, but I liked all the characters, like Shiloh, Fernandez, whatever. He's a really likable character in this, and that's kind of I kind of gave that impression, I think, when I described him in the beginning. But you really do like him, and I thought Kevin Dillon did a great job. Sometimes I know him from Entourage and Victory. Liked the guy, liked his character in that. I've seen him in other movies, and it's hard for me to separate Johnny Drama from his current character. And I think in this one, he does that. Like, I still know he's Johnny Drama, but I think they gave him the right lines. They gave him the right character to fill. That he's not Johnny Drama, but he's whoever this guy was supposed to be. And I thought he did a great job of doing that in this film. So, again, sometimes I don't think so, and maybe that's just me, but in this case it worked for him. John Travolta, again, I don't think was given enough. What he was given with was good enough, but I think they could have went deeper on that side. So, but for not overused, I shouldn't say, a plot that I've seen before, I thought they did great with what they were given, and then how they decided to take it. It made it worth the watch for me. So really happy about this one. I'm on a 6, maybe a 7. Going up there. Like I said, it's hard. The beginning of it feels very, I've seen it kind of before, but then it goes on. So, and I'm repeating myself, so I apologize. I'm trying to just defend why I'm at a 6 and not so much a 7, but I'm right there. So you get it. You're gonna watch it, right? Hopefully, if anything in there, if you like mobster type movies, it's not really mobster, but it has a mob involved. A little bit of action, a little drama, a little intrigue. Little Johnny Travolta. That's what you get. Alright, I don't know if I was helpful at all, but thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.